Hello, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube. I hope everyone's doing well. So today I wanted to do something a little bit of fun of what we could see in the next 4 years for downloadable content. I'm going to leave Shadows of Change in the past and hope that Thrones of Decay is super successful. They listen to everybody's feedback and they make it amazing. I mean, Nurgle Empire Dwarves are some big names, especially Empire and Dwarves. So we're really hoping for a great DLC, and they wow us with this, and we continue to have fantastic DLC again going into the future. So where I'm getting these 4 years, there was an interview back in June that was done with Richard Aldridge and Mark Sinclair, and this was interviewed by videogames.si.com, and they mentioned that they had at least 3 to 4 years of support coming. So I'm hoping for more. Obviously, I'm a big fan of this game, and the more the merrier. And that being said, I'm going to pretend that, there's going to be DLC coming at the same rate as the current roadmap till the end of 2027. I could be wrong. Who knows what the future is? It's always different every year, but let's go with that. So, looking at the math and what we're doing in this video is we're going to be plotting the remaining legendary lords for the current races that are out. So let's pretend that we have 3 DLCs every year for the next 4 years and the one remaining Thrones of Decay for this year, so 13 more DLCs. I'm going to allocate 3 of these to race packs. So next year, I think that Dogs of War will come out. Then I think there will be a year of no race packs. And then after that, it will be Kingdoms of Ind and Koresh Naga. Obviously, I'm hoping for Nippon, Amazons, Hobgoblin, Carnate, so on and so forth. So mini races. But for the sake of this video, we're going to just put out those 3. So that being said, I do believe that there is going to for sure be at least one more pack of 4 lords, kind of like Champions of Chaos. I think that the vampire counts need it. They really do. So, and definitely you could say the same for Narska and Orcs and Empire. But for this video, I'm going to only say that there's going to be one. So, that being said, 31 legendary lords. I'm also in each slide going to be including one legendary hero. So definitely for the Empire, there could be multiple legendary heroes for sure and multiple legendary lords. But the number 31 goes by quick. So yeah, if you're missing a legendary lord that you're like sure needs to be in the game, go ahead and mark them in the comments. But let's move forward. So before we start, I wanted to go into the free LC. So Boris Todbringer, Red Duke, and I would love it if Nagash would be the 100th Legendary Lord, free LC. I know he's a big name and he's definitely worthy of being paid DLC, don't get me wrong, but imagine how nice that would be to the community to get such a big name. Like they really it would be such a great gift to bring into the community and make it free and bring a whole bunch of people back. They have a blast with Nagash. They go back and they see that the Empire was redone and people are having so much fun with them again. So they buy the Thrones of Decay DLC and we ramp up again and get Total War Warhammer 3 back to where it's supposed to be. So anyways, he'll probably come out as a paid DLC, but this is just my hopes and thoughts. So, for real, starting with the Empire now. So, the 2 lords that I think are slated to come out are Elspeth von Draken, hopefully in Thrones of Decay, and Marius Lidolf. And the one legendary hero I'm going to put there is Ludwig Schwarzhelm. I think that he would be great to be with Karl Franz and whatnot. Of course, there's multiple legendary heroes here like Theodor Bruckner and Kurt Helborg, but I'm just going to put the one for now. Moving into the greenskins, I think that Gorbad Ironclaw and Snagla Gobspite need to join the game. There's tons of characters here for the greenskins as well. And then for a legendary hero, I'm going to put Borgut Facebeater. For the dwarfs, I'm thinking that we will have two more, Grim Burlockson and Joseph Bugman. And I think Joseph Bugman is going to be an interesting campaign. I think that they're going to have him versing one of the greenskins that I had up above, and he's going to play different from the other dwarves. So I'm kind of interested in when he comes out. And of course, for a legendary hero, we need to have our Slayer Dwarf, Malachi Mackelson, the Slayer Dwarf Engineer. Very unique. Now, moving into the 4-pack, we have the Vampire Counts and Bloodline DLC. So for Lamian representation, we'll have Neferata, of course. For the Strigoi, Ushuran. And then for the Bloodlines and Necroarchs, I'm thinking could be the Founders, so Abarash and Wushuran. Or it could be something more popular, so Walric Harkon or Zacharias the Everliving. And then for the legendary hero, yet another Von Castein, I'm thinking Conrad would fit in well there. Now, that being said, 4 races in, we're already 10 legendary lords deep, leaving only 21 left for the rest. So now over to the Beastmen. I'm thinking it's time that we have some of them more represented to mono god. So we already have Torox, very Khorne. I think that Morgor could be very Tzeentch, and then we could add Goros, Warhoof, and Slugtongue representing Slaanesh, and then, of course, Nurgle. So then those four would spread those corruptions. They would get bonuses to their marked units. They could expand, maybe getting some marked units for Minotaurs or something unique for each. But I think that would be cool. And then, of course, the other two, Kazrak and Malagor, would stay undivided. But I think that would be really cool. And then for a legendary hero, Moonclaw. I would love to see what they would do with Moonclaw. I'm very curious. Moving into the Wood Elves, I do not believe Erloth as a legendary lord. Don't worry, I'm putting him as a legendary hero, so he won't count towards that. Bretonia usually is an FOC, I know, but I think that there is some units that could be added to spruce up the Bretonia roster. So with that said, I'm going to put Beamode Beastslayer here as a legendary lord. And I can never get his name correct first shot, but Bertard the Brigard, the Robin Hood of Warhammer, over as a legendary hero. Now, for Norska, again, another faction that could definitely be a 4-pack, one for each mono god. But really, the more I think about it, now that I'm even thinking that the Beastmen should be mono god associated, I think Norska should not. I do like the Favor of the God system where they can, kind of do that, and maybe they can make it even cooler. So, like, if you dedicate enough to Nurgle, you unlock Gutrot Spume, and you do it that way. But the legendary lords, I want to keep them undivided. So for a Famir lord, we have Mona Min, and then Mortkin as the Norskin big baddie. So they would be probably moving our dear friend the Wanderer to go wander, and out of Norska and putting Mortkin there. We have Bjorg Bearstruck as the legendary hero, and I think he's going to be just so powerful. For the Lizardmen, I'm thinking Teto Echo and Chakax as a legendary hero if they do get another one, of course. And then for the High Elves, I've spoken about Sea Lord Aisling in a past video, so I'm going to definitely put Sea Lord Aisling here, and Korhil as a legendary hero. And now for none other than Thranquil as our legendary lord for the Skaven. Can't wait for him to be in the game. Can't wait to see what they do with him. I really hope that they make him as fun as he should be and have hilarious voice lines. I like the Go Trek and Felix series, so yeah, very excited. For the legendary hero, comment below who you think the Skaven legendary hero should be. I'm unsure myself. I went with Scratch Vermin King He seemed more like a legendary lord, but so did everybody I looked at. I'm still going with him. I think he's cool and he fits in well with Tranquil. But yeah, please let me know in the comment below who would be a better fit for the Skaven legendary hero. For Dark Elves, again, don't worry. This is a legendary hero is going to be Shadowblade. Now moving into some of the lesser known, or at least to me, lesser known legendary lords. I had to do quite a bit of digging for these guys. For the Tomb Kings, we have Prince Apophis and Ramotep as the legendary hero. So Prince Apophis does look really cool. I think that they could make him a really cool scarab unit. I know that he's not a huge name, but I don't want. I think there's still some units to be added, like some scarab units to be added to the Tomb King roster. So I'd love for them to get another DLC and an update in this way. So yeah, definitely gonna add a Tomb King here and the Vampire Coast as well. I found this guy and Scratch Half Dead, and I would love to have some kind of a hybrid campaign like Skaven units with Vampire Coast mechanics, or something, a blend between the two. And I think a lot of people would have a lot of fun with this. The question is, what kind of would it be, an under empire or a vampire or a cove, a pirate cove? Like, how would that work out? Or like a hybrid of the two in some way? I think this would be really cool legendary lord to implement. And of course, the vampire coast legendary hero would be Captain Vangeist. And just to pause here, this is our 20th legendary lord already, and we're about to get started into Warhammer 3. So we start with Kislev. Um, I don't know many of the legendary lords for Kislev, like all the possibilities. And again, we only have, based on the criteria I gave myself when choosing, I had 31 picks. So I'm putting Neriaska, the Golden Knight, I'm putting her as a legendary hero in this case. And please let me know in the comments below if you believe there should be another legendary lord that I obviously missed blatantly, and I'll definitely consider it. For Cathay, we got three. And maybe somehow, some way, one of these ends up being a legendary hero. I don't know much about Cathay. I feel like the lore keeps coming out as we go forward. But of course, we have Li Dao, the Fire Dragon, Yin Yin, the Water Dragon, and the Monkey King. Very exciting there. So moving into Tzeentch and the Model Gods. So what's left over, of course, Ingram. I really want Ingram now with the cult mechanics already established for the Changeling. Are they going to put him as a warrior of chaos is the big question. And of course, we have Galroch still as a legendary hero. And if he does come out, wow, three Tzeentch legendary heroes would be wild. But yeah. Moving on to Khorne, we still have Arbol the Undefeated and Skulltaker as legendary lords, and Karnak as a legendary hero. So of course, Arbol might fall under the Warriors of Chaos section, but who knows? Only time will tell. Moving on to Slaanesh, we have T'Challa as the legendary lord and the Mask of Slaanesh as the legendary hero. For Nurgle, we have Tamrakon, of course. Big name. Hope he's coming up in the next DLC. Fingers crossed. And Glotkin. So Glotkin, I wasn't sure of, but his model is just so cool. Like, I really think I'd love to see him in Total War Warhammer. Like, he looks cool. Like, three brothers. I don't know. I want him. And legendary hero, of course, Epidemius. Then for the Ogre Kingdoms, we have Golfang Maneater. A must-have. I think that he has to come into the game. He just looks so cool and he has great lore. And Gark Ironskin as well, with Bragg the Gutsman as the legendary hero. Now, last but not least, we have our last legendary hero, Rakarth the Unbreakable. I don't think he's actually going to come to the game, if I'm going to be completely honest. But I did want to add a legendary hero for the Chaos Dwarves. I think they deserved a mention. Maybe he does come. Maybe it's somebody else. But yeah. So those 31 lords came and went, flew by really fast. And again, I definitely want more. I want to see the Amazons. I want to see Hobblehog Incarnate. I want to see Nippon. I want to see more legendary heroes, obviously, for the Empire. More lords, bring in all the elect accounts and whatnot. But given the 4-year time span and the way DLC came out, these were my selections. Let me know in the comments below if there is an obvious legendary lord I left out that and who you would replace it with given these criteria. And yeah, if you could like, subscribe, and let me know if this video is something to your liking. Maybe I will start mapping them out, like putting 3 packs together and maybe adding these lords to the map and where I think they would go. So with that said, thank you all so much for your time and have yourself a great rest of your day. Take care.